Hey guys, happy Friday. Let's run some trains over here. I figure we're gonna pick up kind of where we left off over here a little bit. If you recall in the last video, I was running a different local, but then we had to kind of run around this local right here because he was going to be doing some switching over against the background here for Southern Wine and Athearn, to a few drop-offs and a few pickups here. So I figured, what the heck, we'll run this guy here. This is our athearn GP40R right here. Let's position the camera someplace where we can get a nice view. Get this truck out of the way, and we're gonna chit chat about future plans for the layout. Yeah, because I've been kind of thinking a little bit. You know what happens? You start thinking, all sorts of things start coming into your mind, like, hey, I wonder if I was to redo the layout, what would I do? Boy. You ever do that? You ever start thinking, you know, you get through your layout and then all of a sudden you're like, I should just start over again, you know? Now, I'm not doing that yet. Don't worry. Well, let's, before we get to talking with that, let's see what we're gonna do here. We've got a couple of cars here. We got one going to Athearn, that's the one all the way in the back. The other two box cars are going over here to Southern Wine. Looks like we just got to do a run around here really quick. And then taking a look at the fascia, there's no car over at Athearn right now, but we got, wait a minute, that's Royal Plywood. Huh? Wrong one, here we go. And we got these two cars that are sitting in Southern Wine here. Those are the ones that are right over here. You can just see that one maybe. They're going to West Colton, so we're picking those guys up. Let's get our runaround done, and then we can chit chat about what I'm kind of planning in my head, or scheming in my head, I should say. All right, we got disconnected over here. Let's go ahead and get the brakes off. We'll pull forward. Whoop, wrong way. Already screwed up. Oh boy, oh boy. I got too many thoughts in my head here. All right, there we go. I'm going the right direction there. There we go. So while I'm doing my little runaround over here, let me give you a little bit of a overview. Make sure our turnouts are good right there. So my layout here sits in a 3-car garage, kind of, you know, well, 2.5-car garage, but kind of, I guess you can fit 3 cars in here if you really squeezed them in. But it takes up all of this space, you can see it's takes up about 2/3 of the garage right here. And what I'm thinking of doing in my head, because let's get back to our locomotive over there. We'll stop that guy. What I'm thinking I'm going to get a new vehicle. And you know, you get a new vehicle. Currently, my garage here is set up with just trains and a little sitting area. Let's go over here and take a look around. I'll give you a bigger view of the garage. And you can see Ben over here. What's he watching? Benjamin, how you doing? It's kind of cool here today, and he's just chilling out here. Ooh, he's looking at videos on trucks and Jeeps and stuff, cause that's what I'm thinking of getting here. But if I step back over here, kind of give you a bigger picture here, you can see this part right here. I could fit a car right in here, but this is kind of, you know, we don't have basements in California, so we use our garages as a sort of, you know, what you would use your basement for, like sticking trains in and sitting around and watching, you know, watching YouTube videos, that sort of thing here. And so I kind of want to keep this area right here, but if I was to get a new Jeep Gladiator, that's what I'm thinking of, I'd kind of want to be able to stick it right in this section of the garage, right? Well, unfortunately, that would mean the layout would kind of have to go from the center pillar back there, sort of where the yard, you know, would have to move in a little bit, and then take up a little bit maybe take up just a little bit more space here, move the couch just, you know, 2 or 3 feet or something like that in a little bit. I'd be okay with that. And then basically this section right here where we have orange in the yard would get squished in maybe a foot, because the aisle is 4 feet across. I could lose a foot there and still be comfy, you know? But here's my thinking. I don't want to lose all this track space. I don't want to lose the whole big giant layout. And so what that means is this section, if I was to rebuild kind of from scratch, let's just make believe I'm doing this from scratch, and I'm going to be doing a layout right in this section right here from what you're looking at, I would probably do multi-level. So we're talking 2 levels, maybe 3, just built right here, and that way I don't lose all of my you know, trackage, right? But what I would gain is I'd be able to put my new vehicle right here where you know, Huntington Beach and everything else is. That's my thoughts right now. All right, let's get back to running this train over here. I'll put the camera down right here. All right, let's come back. I already changed the turnout over there. But anyway, that's my thought. That's my thought process right now, because as you may know or may not know, I am retired. I got retired a little bit early at the age of 55, and 57 now. Almost 58. I'll be 58 this fall. And I've been driving my my little Audi A3. It's a 2015 for well, going almost 10 years now. And it's time for, you know, sort of that retirement vehicle, I'm thinking. So probably in the next year or so, I just might do that. So don't worry, we're not ripping the layout down or anything like that anytime soon. Let's put that down right there. Get our turnout. Yeah, our turnout's good here. But that's my thinking. You know, if I want to get a nice recreational vehicle, which, you know, I don't drive around a whole bunch. I don't need an Audi anymore. It was nice and comfy and served its purpose when I did a lot of driving and all that. But now that I'm retired, I kind of want to have a fun vehicle. I'm thinking of getting something that I could just have fun with. I don't need to have, you know, all the bells and whistles and everything. I want fun. Here, let's pull forward here really quick, because I know this is probably going to be loud. Ooh, brake right there. Now, this whole little thought process in my head was already going on, but I did see a few videos from SP Steve. So if you ever watch his channel, it's just SP Steve, you know, SP space Steve. And he recently picked up, now he's a little bit older than me, but he recently picked up his sort of little, oh my goodness, I can't believe we didn't even get a connection right there. Let's fat finger it right here, huh? What is going on there? Must be really cool in the garage here. But he recently picked up a Ford Bronco that he's been wanting to have for a while, and I kind of like that. Kind of got me back to thinking, because not that I wasn't already thinking about this, but it really got me to thinking that, you know what? Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired of having my car. And I want to have my cake and eat it too, sort of thing. Meaning, I want to have a nice, fun vehicle to drive around, drive out to the desert, go do some rail fanning out wherever, and I want to have make sure my track's good there. Make sure and I want to have my layout here too. I don't want to sacrifice my layout. And that's why I started thinking, this switch, I broke the spring on it, so I got to make sure it kind of sits in there. All right, forward, let's get going. We'll grab our two pickups over here back behind the camera, pull them out, and then we can do these drop-offs while we chit-chat. But, yeah, so I've been kind of thinking, you know, what would I do? Because I don't really want to leave my car, a brand new one, out on the driveway. I mean, I could, but, you know, it gets sunny over here, and it's one of those things where I think I want to kind of baby it a little bit, you know? Thinking that I'm thinking of getting a Jeep. You know, I'm gonna run it. It's not gonna be like well, I think SP Steve. I think when I was watching one of his videos, he said it's a little road princess. You know, he just drives her around to the you know, wherever. He doesn't beat on it. I would probably beat on mine. I would probably take it, like I said, take it out to the desert, go drive around, have some fun. Ooh, right there, Engineer Rick, right there. I think we got all of our two cars here. Let's give them a little stretch. I'll put the camera down over here. Ooh, come on. Might be a little lopsided there, but brakes off. Did we get them all? Yes, we did. So, yeah, I think that's going to be kind of my plan, at least for now. You know me, stuff changes constantly. You know, next week I might be like, yeah, this is all hokey, forget it. We're just continuing on as is. But you never know. But that's what's going through my head here the last, well, actually it's been kind of spinning around in my head for quite a while. But that's what I've been thinking about a little bit more seriously here in the last few, you know, weeks, month and a half or so, like that. What that would mean is basically tearing this entire layout down and starting fresh. I mean, from scratch, down to bare wood, the whole point, you know, all the way down, all the way, get rid of everything. And so that means I got to do a little bit of planning now, or at least kind of start thinking about it, right? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the near future here. I'm going to go jump into my little, I don't know, get some scratch pad, get some, you know, get some paper, start kind of squiggling out, you know, sort of a plan for a track plan of sorts. You know, a track plan that could fit, what is this, like 16 by... Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like 16 by 8. You know, a 16 by 8 multi-level circular track plan that has at least 2 levels. You know, and maybe like a little staging level down below or something like that even. But I would want to keep kind of the same, what do you call it? The same layout. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're still going to be in Southern California, meaning the track location, the layout location, the theme would still be Southern California. The same line, probably, you know, with my yard and running out to Cerritos and La Mirada and Huntington Beach and out to Orange and all that kind of stuff. Probably, you know, we might do something a little bit different, but generally the same location. But it would have to all fit, like I said, within sort of a smaller footprint, because this layout here is, like I said, from the garage door all the way over to the corner there is right around 16 feet. And then I got, well, it's 16 by 16, basically. It's a big square, you know. So from that corner all the way across to the other corner there where we have Orange, that's 16 feet. So it's a big square. Hold on there, Engineer Rick. Oh my goodness. Almost went past my door there. Let's pay attention here just a little bit. Ooh, right there's good. Drop the first car off. And then the next guy. And then finally, our final little drop off here for athearn. What do you think? What do you think, guys? You think that sounds like a plan? Have you ever seen any sort of multi-level? Well, I'm sure you have, you know. Not like I'm talking about doing something crazy. But at least 2 levels in a 16 by 8 foot footprint. It has a yard. Come on there. Wait, we got there's a little bit of a slope right there, so let's pull back. There we go. I also have a little bit of grass, static grass, sticking out. I don't know if you can see it. Right underneath that boxcar right there. So that kind of holds the boxcar in place. Anyway, it's kind of funny with you know, us model railroaders. There's one guy I kind of watch. I forgot his channel name. But he doesn't do too many videos, but when he does, he's I think he like ripped down his entire layout, and he had it kind of in the garage, taking up sort of one bay, and he sort of downsized and started you know, started rebuilding, doing more of a shelf layout. Okay. Just my couplers here today. It's a little cool here. All right. Let's kind of step over here and take a look at our car cards. Hopefully I got everybody in the right spot. Yes, I did. So Southern Wine, these 2 guys, and then athearn. I'm going to go ahead and stick those guys in right there, and then we picked up these 2 guys right here. They're going back to West Colton. Easy enough. All right, so I'll put those in my pocket. Track is good there. Let's go ahead and make sure all my turnouts are all the way they're supposed to be. All right, we're in reverse. Let's pull on out. I realize I haven't done any horn here. But anyway, you know, you watch at least the people that share on YouTube. I'm sure you guys, you're not all on YouTube, but you probably had that same sort of thought. Probably did the same sort of thing, you know, just sort of start over and, you know, go into version 2 and all that sort of thing. There was one guy that was watching, and again, I'm sorry I can't remember the name, but that 6-axle right there. I tell you what, in the new layout, if I do that, we'll have a little bit bigger curves, I think. That one right there is pretty tight. Let's jump back here to the yard and get our little lift up bridge done. That's the other thing. If I was to do what I'm talking about, I gotta have some sort of a swing out situation, because we're basically talking about doing, you know, kind of a loop like this, right? But it would all be contained on the inside. I don't think I would do double-sided like I have here. But yeah, I'm not bending down or anything like that to go underneath here anymore. So in the new version, whatever, of the plan in my head, it would definitely have to have some sort of a swing out, you know, double decker at least, way of getting into the center of it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down here. Let's see what track we're gonna come in on. We'll come in on, yeah, we gotta come in this way. Find an empty track to come in on here. We got one set of cars in the yard that came in on the last local, and then we still got two other locals sitting back behind the camera, and they were taking up two tracks. Anyway, guys, I think that's it for now. Happy Friday again, and boy, I know a lot of disturbing, sometimes a little bit upsetting sort of thoughts there, huh? Let's rip the whole thing down and start over again, huh? But you know what? Oh, what I was going to say is one other guy that I was watching, he said he enjoyed the build process. So when he finished, it was like, well, his, you know, he wasn't really into running the trains. He just ran them a little bit, but I'll go ahead and shut down over here. But he enjoyed the whole build process, you know, doing the scenery and everything like that. And then when his layout was done, he was like, all right, it's done. Let's tear it all down and start over again so that he can continue enjoying what he was enjoying, which was, you know, the build process like that. Now, I'm kind of half-half, you know. I like running the trains, as you can probably tell if you've been around my channel for any time. But yeah, that's my thought process. And it would be kind of like I said, right in this location here, with maybe a foot less in the aisle right here, so that, you know, kind of squish it all in a little bit, that sort of thing. All right, guys, that's it for now. There's my thoughts for this Friday. Happy Easter weekend coming up here. Remember, I should jump in here. And this is my little message there for everybody. Happy Easter. Jesus saves, bro. Till next time, guys. Take care.